Bezrat Hashem Naaseh Natzliya. Hello and welcome to all of our dear friends. With Hashem's help, we will do and we will succeed. So this upcoming Shabbat, March the 22nd and March the 23rd of this year, we have a special Shabbat that is called Parashat Zachor, one of the four special parashiot that we have: Parashat Shkalim, Parashat Zachor, Parashat Para, Parashat HaChodesh. This is a very special Shabbat. Why is it so special? And why did Esther Malka enact this fast, at least at that time? And whatever was the history back then, we are going through it once again. That's why it has to be strengthened. So what did Esther Malka say to Mordechai? What was the special part and the special point of Ta'anit Esther, whatever we fasted yesterday? It is because Esther Malka said, why did this Haman arise? Why did this Amalek, the nation and the power of Amalek, how was it able to have such a mindset, to have such an ability of thought of Chas v'Shalom wiping out, of enacting such a decree at least, and finding out the way of to wipe out the whole nation, all the Jewish males, females, kids, Chas v'Shalom lo aleinu, all their assets, all the parnasat that they did, and take it to themselves. What aroused this? What caused this to happen? Esther Malka said, Mordechai HaYehudi, my dear relative, you have to tell the Jewish nation that they have to put on sackcloths and that they have to fast and that they have to do teshuvah. What was that teshuvah, at least back in the day, which we fasted yesterday? This is called Ta'anit Esther, which all the Jewish people, especially the Jewish kids, girls and boys, they were crying, they were praying to Hashem. And all these voices collected and the Jewish people made teshuvah. But still, what did this arouse? How did this nation, Chas v'Shalom, the Jewish nation, get such an enactment of being wiped out? So Esther Malka said, it is because there is a lot of Chilul Shabbat. When there is Chilul Shabbat, we are unfortunately making a benevolent note, a good plateau for the other nations, especially the nation of Amalek that always wanted all the negatory for the Jewish nation. So this is a special one of the four special Shabbatot, Parashat Zachor, where we have an obligation and to never forget what this nation wanted to do, and in fact it did. An unfortunate thing, which is flabbergasting to all of the other nations, of that Hashem is not really what you think that He is. That the Jewish nation should be profaned, and in fact they took Hashem's name and they were profaning it. They were embarrassing the Jewish people, that they have a Brit Milah, that they have circumcision, which is the contract, which is an immediate contract at all times with Hashem, to upkeep the good friendship, a good relationship, a good connection with Hashem Yitbarach. This is what the nation did. And in fact, what did they do? They took at a warm moment, of the hottest moment of time, not in the weather and not in the sunny day. And the hottest moment of time means that all the nations, they had fear of us. All the nations were afraid of the Jewish nation. All of the Jewish nation, the whole Jewish nation was much feared by all of the Amalek and all the other nations. So what did they do? They took this fearfulness, and they cooled it off. And they cooled it off by saying the Torah is not a commandment, the Torah is really nothing. So Hashem says you should never forget, you should never wipe out, you should never forget to wipe out this nation of Amalek all the time that they are alive, all the time that they exist. Then Hashem's name is not complete, says Hashem Yitbarach. So when we fulfill the obligation of erasing this nation, of erasing this spiritual thing and a physical aspect and a realm, whether it be it in the physical or in the spiritual aspect, that is our obligation to do. So by reading the Torah Kedosha, all the men and Jewish men and Jewish women, if you want to bring the kids, it's also good as long as they do not disrupt and that they do not interrupt nor disturb the people from actually being able to listen and to hear every single word, every single letter of Parashat Zachor. So you're able to bring them as well. So tomorrow we're going to have Parashat Vayikra. That's the first Sefer Torah. The second Sefer Torah will be Parashat Ki Tetzeh. which is the last portion, the last paragraph over there, is going to be Parashat Zachor, which once again all the men and all the women have a simultaneous obligation to listen to all of the words to this whole paragraph. Whoever is not able to come tomorrow, there's going in the morning. There's going to be a second reading at 5 p.m. Whether the woman couldn't come or any man couldn't come for an emergency reason or any kind of reason that it be, and even if you miss it at 5 p.m., then when we're going to read in the interim, when we're going to come to the Parashat Kitetze in Sefer Devarim, it's very close to Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and to the ending of the Torah. Then that's the time where they should have the kavanah that they are fulfilling the mitzvah of reading and the mitzvah of listening the Parashat Zachor. Everyone should have a great Shabbat Shalom Vorach. May we Be'ezrat Hashem have this mitzvah to wipe out this nation of Amalek this Shabbat, and obviously to have a more of a zechut. As we're wiping him on Shabbat, we should wipe out more of this nation on the day of Purim and on the night of Purim. Baruch Adonai La'olam. Amen v'amen. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.